Hi, welcome back to my story time with Nana. Remember last week the children made the beautiful dream catchers so that all the children would have really good dreams. And then Emma was sad because she was really missing her daddy. So Grandma said she had an idea. Let's find out what's going to happen. Let's begin. The wishing well. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! The rooster called out. Time to wake up! Gosh, doesn't that rooster ever sleep in? Moaned Emma. I doubt it, said Tony. Do you think he smells breakfast cooking and wants to make sure we get up in time? I don't know, but it sure is annoying. Why are you angry at me? Asked Tony. I wasn't the one that woke you up. Besides, didn't you have sweet dreams last night because of our dream catchers? I did have good dreams, answered Emma, but I still miss Mommy and Daddy. Well, let's go downstairs and have some breakfast, Tony said. Remember, Daddy says it's always better to work on a full belly. Maybe we can figure out how to get him here in time for Father's Day while we're eating. Yeah, maybe we can, Emma said, getting out of bed. The children made their beds and went downstairs. Grandma and Granddad were making breakfast together. Good morning, little one, said Grandma. Did you sleep well with your dream catchers? I did, said Tony. No bad dreams at all. Hey, what's for breakfast? Well, I wanted to make pancakes, but Granddad thought it would be fun to make them together, she answered. Us too? Asked Emma. Yeah, come on over, Grandma told her. Tony and Emma walked over to the stove, and there was a skillet pan laying over two burners, and there was a bowl with pancake batter off to the side, and two squeeze bottles with more pancake batter, but they looked different. Granddad lifted up the one bottle, and he said, in this bottle is blueberry batter. That's why it's blue. And in this squeeze bottle is raspberry batter. It looks kind of reddish. Now what you're going to do is you're going to squirt designs onto the griddle. Now don't make them too big. We don't want them to be about the same size as your pancake. And then I'm going to cover the design with the regular batter. And when they're all done, well, you just wait and see what happens. Can we do any design we want? Asked Emma. Sure. Like I said, just keep it about the same size as a regular pancake. Well, I'm going to make an American flag, said Tony, and he squirted out a blue square and red lines squiggly, and Granddad quickly covered Tony's design with regular pancake mix. I'm going to make some flowers, said Emma, and she squirted out little blue and red flowers onto the griddle, and Granddad covered them with the batter. Now, he said, we wait for the bubbles to form before we flip them. Here we go, he said, flipping the pancakes over. And Tony and Emma were amazed that their designs cooked right into the pancakes. They made different designs. They made birds and snakes and bunnies, and Granddad even let them flip some of their pancakes. The family sat and enjoyed their breakfast with some very fancy pancakes that Tony and Emma made. Grandma, asked Emma, remember last night you said we would try to come up with a plan to get Daddy home in time? Oh, I remember, she said. Well, asked Emma. Well, we have two problems to solve here, said Grandma. The first is that they weren't planning on coming back until 2 days after Father's Day. So we just call them and we tell them to come back sooner, said Tony. Well, I thought of that, and that's where the second problem comes into place, Grandma told them. Apparently, the village that they are visiting in Italy doesn't have any phone service, so I can't reach them, and they won't be leaving that village until Father's Day, so there's no way we can get in touch with them in time. Well, what can we do then? Asked Emma. If we can't reach them, They won't know we want them to come home. It's a lost cause. Now, Emma, no tears, she said. I have a great idea. It's a long shot, but I think it might work. Let's clean up and head to the playground, Grandma told her. Tony and Emma helped clean up from breakfast and went upstairs to change. And when they came down, Grandma was on the front porch waiting for them. Isn't Granddad coming with us? Asked Tony. No, not today, said Grandma. He has some shopping to do. You two eat a lot. We need some food. I think he's planning something special for dinner tonight. Emma and Tony and Grandma began walking to the playground. Hi, Emma. Hi, Tony, called out Kat. She was swinging, and she was swinging really high. Come swing with me. Can we, Grandma, just for a minute? Asked Emma. Sure. Go ahead. I'm going to go sit on the bench by the sand pit with Mrs. Reyes. Yay! Yelled out Tony and Emma, and they ran for the swings, and soon they were swinging as high as Kat. Do you think anyone else is coming to the playground? Asked Kat. Yep, answered Tony. Look up the street. There's Grayson and Chase. And look down the street, said Emma. There's Della and Lola. Who's that behind Grayson and Chase? Asked Kat. Oh, that's the Edmond children. Lachlan and Ethan and Emily and William and Claire. It looks like their playground's going to be full, said Kat. And soon the playground was full of children, swinging and hanging upside down from bars and running and jumping. And Mrs. Reyes and Mrs. Crabapple were sitting beside the sandbox watching babies Brennan and Maddie, Lorelea and Mateo play in the sand. They were making little baby sandcastles. Emma, called out Grandma, you want to follow me? Where are you going? Asked Emily. Well, my grandma is going to find a way to get my daddy here in time for Father's Day. How's she going to do that? Asked Della. I don't know, said Emma. She just told me she had an idea. Well, do you think we can come? Emma, are you ready? Yes, Grandma. Can my friends come? Sure, she said. The more the merrier. Where are you going? Asked Tony. With Grandma, remember? She said she has a way to get Daddy here for Father's Day. Well, can I come? Of course you can. He's your daddy too. Grandma did say the more the merrier. So all of the children followed Grandma into the woods. Where are we going? Said Grayson. I don't know, answered William. We're just following Mrs. Basin. She said she has a way to get Tony and Emma's daddy here in time for Father's Day, said Della. Maybe we can help, said Kat. Yeah, maybe we can, said Lachlan. It would feel really good to do something nice for Tony and Emma, said Ethan. I know. They've been so nice to us, said Lola. Here we are, said Grandma, standing by an old wishing well. The wishing well, said Emma. How is the wishing well going to help? Well, said Grandma, I figure if you and me and Tony make the same wish, the well would be sure to grant the wish. Since there would be 3 of the same exact wishes. Wait, I have an idea, said Emily. We can all make the same wish, and then it will be the only wish that the well has to grant. It will have to come true, said Chase. Grandma handed out a penny to each child, and they stood around the well. And Emma started. I wish my daddy would come home in time for Father's Day, as she tossed her penny into the well. I wish my daddy would come home in time for Father's Day, said Tony, dropping his penny into the well. Grandma held her penny over. I wish that Emma and Tony's father make it home in time for Father's Day, and then tossed her penny in as well. And then, as they tossed their pennies into the well, William and Claire, Chase and Grayson, Della and Lola, Lachlan, Ethan and Emily, and finally Kat each wished for Tony and Emma's daddy to be home in time for Father's Day. Oh, thank you everyone for using your wish for me and Tony, said Emma with a tear in her eye. You are the best friends ever. Oh, you're the best friends ever, Emma and Tony, said Lachlan. I can't imagine having Father's Day without my daddy. Yeah, that's why my wish was for you, said Della. Emma and Tony hugged everyone for being so thoughtful, and they headed back to the playground to play. And later, after they got all their zoomies out, the children headed back to their cabins for lunch. Grandma, do you really think the wishing well makes wishes come true? Asked Tony. I do, she answered. Besides, we have a whole week for the well to do its magic. I hope you're right, Grandma, said Emma. I really hope you're right. When they got back to the cabin, Granddad was making lunch. Granddad, we went to the wishing well and everyone used their wish to get Daddy home in time for Father's Day, said Emma. Ah, the magic wishing well, he said. If the wishing well can't handle the job, then nothing can. Well, Grandma said with a smile, I'm sure God would have something to say about that. Well, you're right. Well, I sure hope you're hungry, he said. We have fried bologna sandwiches, he said, carrying a big, giant tray full of sandwiches to the table. That's an awful lot of sandwiches, Granddad, said Tony. I mean, I'm pretty hungry, but I don't think I can eat that much. Knock, knock, knock. Who could that be? Said Granddad. Come on in, he called out. Hi, is there room at the table for us? It was Mommy and Daddy. Emma and Tony ran for the door and were quickly scooped up by their parents and given hugs. Oh, Daddy, how did you know to come home? Asked Emma. I don't know, he said. I was feeling kind of sad yesterday, and then I realized it was almost Father's Day and I wanted to be home with you both more than anything. And your mommy and I tried to get our tickets changed to come home sooner, but no one would exchange them. And then Mommy had an idea to make a wish in the fountain outside the hotel. Yes, I did. I wished for a way to get our tickets exchanged, said Mommy. And that very day I got my wish. And here we are. What? We wish for you to come home too, at the wishing well, said Tony. Maybe your fountain is friends with our well, said Emma, and they both made our wishes come true. How about that, said Granddad. 2 wishes, and you both got exactly what you wanted. Well, sit down and eat. We can talk about your trip, and the children can tell you what they've been up to the whole time you've been gone. So Mommy, Daddy, Emma, and Tony sat at the table with Granddad and Grandma, eating fried bologna sandwiches and shared stories of everything they did while they were apart. It was so nice to be together again. That's it for this week. Now, next week is Father's Day, and the children are going to be going to a party. And as you can see, looks like Daddy's going to be there for the party. How exciting! It'll be the last story of Tony and Emma at their grandparents' cabin. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to share. Mwah. Thanks for joining.